QuestLove Pocket Kit by Ludwig. Time to do a 2U review on this incredible little kit made for kids. So let's get into it. Two years ago, I bought this drum kit specifically to teach on to my younger students who are small, and I want them to be able to play on a real, legitimate drum kit. And that's what you get with this QuestLove Pocket Kit by Ludwig. This one is not a toy. This is like a legitimate, small-scale drum set. Most people that are purchasing this are getting it for their kids, and mom or dad are trying to put this together, or it's a team effort, and it might become frustrating. So you can go to the website, enter this code. It's going to take you to a series of videos on how to assemble the drum set, and it has like a handful of free lessons. Number one, the bass drum pedal. I had some experiences over the first couple months of having this where the thumb screws would work themselves loose, and I'd have a student trying to play and the springs would fall off. And so we'd have to stop the lesson, and I'd have to spend a minute or two reassembling that. So what I ended up doing was I just took a pair of pliers and I just kind of gave it a little extra bump in tightness on that, and they haven't come loose since then, and that's been almost 2 years ago. And it's actually a pretty responsive pedal. I have it set kind of loose because, again, I have students between the ages of 4 and 12 that sit behind this and play that. So here's a little bit of that responsiveness of the bass drum pedal. 4 to 5-year-old kids are a little short, and so when you have this bolt on the first setting, the seat is still not quite low enough. So what I do is I simply remove this bolt completely, let the bar of the seat go all the way down, so there is no bolt holding that together, and that gets that seat to go down about another 2 to 2.5 inches lower, which allows those 4 to 5-year-old students to be able to sit here and play. This drum kit gets 5.5 to 6 hours of playtime every single week just from my students. So it's been working out great. That means this drum stool's going up and down and up and down, and it's being readjusted for however tall my students are. That also being said, these toms are going down and up and down and up, constantly being raised, tilted, maneuvered. Floor tom legs up and down, snare drum stand up and down, up and down, up and down, multiple times a week. Everything has worked flawlessly. You know, if you buy this for your child and it sits in their room, they're probably not moving it up and down, up and down, up and down several times a week. It's set for their size and they play on that. And so you're probably not going to move as much as I'm moving it. Number two, the cymbals. Any drummer of any experience knows that these are not real cymbals. It's a crash ride cymbal, and it came with 13-inch hi-hats of the same material. Now, I don't have those hi-hats anymore, and the only reason is I had another student who had one of those other brand little kid drum kits, more of a toy, 12-inch cymbals. And if I remember right, they were made of plastic. So I gave that student the cymbals that came with that because I found these 14-inch Sabian Pro hi-hats on Facebook Marketplace, I think for $50. As we know, these are more legitimate hi-hats. They are heavier, but the cool thing is this hi-hat stand will support heavier cymbals. Hi-hat stand works great. It's got a little memory lock somewhere on here. I have it way up because again, students of all sizes, this hi-hat stand is being adjusted up and down all the time. Now, don't misunderstand me. Having these cymbals as part of this whole drum kit is a great thing because they have something they can play on immediately. I just recently found this Sabian 14-inch thin crash. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. Again, this is kind of an entry level cymbal, but it is tremendously better than what came with that. So let's just do a quick little swap. Okay, here's what came with it. Here's what we're moving into. The bass drum head. With the Vater bass drum head, I bought the Ludwig Breakbeats kit, and I took the drum head off of that and put it on here because I put an Aquarian Super Kick on the Breakbeats kit. But for this kit, it doesn't leave the studio, so I just put that on here, and then I put one of those Aquarian Duradots right where the beater hits, and I also put a folded up t-shirt in the bass drum. I just taped it into place, and that's what that's sounding like. Let's take the snares off here. Sounds pretty good. The other thing, this kit did come with this pair of sticks, kind of a no-name brand. They are very lightweight. However, size-wise, they're pretty comparable to, I use the Vater 5B sticks, and they are almost identical in size. And so still, again, for those kids who are maybe 4 to 6 years old, these might be a little bit big. I do keep stocked in the studio these Vater Jr model drumsticks, and these are super awesome, great weight. Again, legitimate drumsticks for just a smaller person. And you can find links to all these products in the description of my video here. I'm gonna leave the bottom heads on for now. I'm gonna put on, these are the Aquarian Classic Clears. We've got a 10-inch here for this tom and a 13-inch for the floor tom. They are a single ply head. These no-name brand heads that came with the drum kit are a single ply head. I really kind of like the way they sounded when they were new, so I wanted to get just kind of a better, much better version of that. So we'll swap those out. And then on the snare drum, single ply texture coated Aquarian head for the snare. All right, got new drum heads on. Let's see what this sounds like. Invested in your child's drumming and buying some equipment that's going to last a few years, man, you know, if you get 5-6 years out of a drum kit, especially if they start at 4, you can have that drum kit till they're 10 and then decide if you need to move up in size. Minus getting some cymbals, replacing heads occasionally, I think that this kit could last some kids for a long time. Highly recommend this Pocket Kit by Ludwig. All right, keep it real.